Hey, hey, it's Berta J, and you're back in my kitchen with me today. By now, for many of you troopers, you know that I like carrots. And today is going to be no exception. We are going to make something that I found from Rip Esselstyn on his website, Plant Strong, and it's called Carrot Cake Oatmeal Bake. It's really good. And we start with 2 cups of carrots. Now I changed it around a little bit, but basically that's it. I will put the link below. So you're going to put these ingredients into your food processor with an S blade, okay? Start with 2 cups of carrots. Get it all. Get it all. Once the carrots go in, you're going to put in 1.5 cups of rolled oats. After that, you're going to do 1/2 cup of oat flour. However, if you are gluten-free, you can use 1/2 cup of your gluten-free flour at this point. Next is 3/4 of a cup of, not 3/4 of a cup, 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder. Then 1/3 of a cup of raisins. Now, because I'm a mixologist, I mixed a few of the golden raisins and the dark brown raisins, but they're just raisins. Use whatever kind you like. Just make sure it's 1/3 of a cup. And I cut them into smaller pieces because I like to get that burst of sweetness in every little, as many bites as I can. 1/3 of a cup. And then 1/4 of a cup of your favorite nut. I'm using walnuts. And a few, again mixing, I had a few of the pecans left, so I threw those in too. Now here come your spices. Here they are. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, add that. I want you to look at this and remember it. I'm using, I'll say 1/8 of a teaspoon of tumeric. And then I used a smidgen of black pepper, because if you want your turmeric to really do its job on your insides and in your cells, the black pepper will help drive that curcumin and the properties that are in curcumin, which is in turmeric, into your cell, and it'll benefit you. So always use turmeric and black pepper together. It's not that much. It's not going to change the taste, but the 2 of them go together, okay? Again, get it all. Use your finger. Make sure you wash your hands too before you start cooking. The last one, 1/4 of a teaspoon of ground nutmeg. Then you're going to take 1 cup and 2/3. This is going to end up being kind of like a bread pudding consistency. You're going to be able to cut it into squares because I'm going to put it in a square pan. 1 2/3 cup of your plant milk, whichever milk you like to use. I just used this freshly made almond milk. The recipe is on the channel. Add to it your sweeteners. 1 tablespoon of maple syrup, then 2 tablespoons of date paste. Now, I already showed you how to make date paste, so you're familiar with it. If you don't have date paste, you could use your favorite dry sweetener, or you could add more maple syrup, one or the other. When I say dry sweetener, look, I have another video that talks about the different white sugar substitutes. Dry sweeteners and liquid sweeteners are in there, so you'll understand which is which. Then applesauce. You're going to use, please use 1/2 of a cup of unsweetened applesauce. But I just used Mott's. I call them. They don't use GMO apples. They just use regular apples that are not GMO. They're not organic, but they just use regular apples. And the last thing is 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. And I'm going to stir it up. It's nice and thick. And the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pour it over all of this. Get it all. Scrape the sides. It's more liquid in there. Put your lid on. And then you just mix it until it's mixed all together. You don't want to pulverize it, but you want to just mix it. I do a couple of pulses. And then let it go for about 20 seconds. Okay, that's it. You're done. Your oven should be set on preheating at 425 degrees Fahrenheit. Put your mixture into a 9-inch square, 8-inch square baking pan lined with parchment paper. Take all of this out and pour it into the parchment lined paper. There's two options for baking. The option that I like is the option like my mom used to make. It's like a bread pudding. She didn't make this, but when she made bread pudding, it was like a cake. You could cut it and then actually you could eat it out of your hand if you wanted to. And my sisters and I did that, and my brothers. So that's the way I'm going to make it. If you want it that way, cake-like, bake it for 45 minutes. However, if you want it a little bit softer, scoopable even, then bake it for 30 minutes and you should be fine. Test it and see if it's the consistency that you like. Okay, so now I just pour it in. Get it into the corners and everywhere. And get it all. When Berta J says get it all, she means get it all. The bowl of your food processor should be that clean or cleaner. Okay? Set that aside. Put it in the oven for 45 minutes. For cake-like, 30 minutes. For scoopable, 425 degrees. 45 minutes of baking time is completed. So I'm going to take it out. It smells wonderful. So I'm going to cut a piece. You can cut it while it's warm, or you can wait until it cools a little bit and eat it that way. I think it just tastes very good just plain as a dessert, or you can have this for breakfast because it's got oats and milk and fruit and all that stuff, and it even has vegetable carrots. The longer you let it set, it will get firmer. And if you look at this, you can see that you can just pick it up with a fork, the whole thing. See? Okay, so I'm going to give it a try even though it's hot. So I'll give it a little try. I want you to see it though. You see all the carrots and then the raisins and nuts in there and oatmeal? It's kind of hot. Gets very crispy on the bottom. A little sweet. That's very good. It has a very nice taste with that cinnamon. I really like it. I think you'll like it too. As breakfast, for a breakfast meal, or as a dessert after you finished a lunch or a dinner, is really, really good. It has I don't know how to explain it. It kind of reminds you of a carrot cake, but it's really, really nice. So that's the end of the video. And I hope you get an opportunity to try it because it's very delicious. And don't forget to do the 3 things I tell you all the time. Thumbs up for the video if you like it. Actually, it's 4 things. Don't forget to do a thumbs up. Leave me some comments below. Click on the bell and subscribe. Because right now, you guys have made it so that we have over 25,000 subscribers. Also wanted to mention the Amazon store that we just opened. We don't have a lot of things in there yet, but we're getting things in. If there's something that you're interested in or you've been looking for, drop me a comment and let me know what it is. Maybe I can find it and stick it in the store and you'll be able to easily locate it and buy it. Also, we noticed, my son does all the statistics, looks at where these different views and things come from. And it seems like about 80% of you guys are not subscribers. You just look at me and that's the end. So, I'm looking at you, see me? Subscribe. Okay? That's it. Bye for now.